Hello folks, my name's Hypocriside and welcome to another episode of my campaign as Griffonian Empire in Equestria at War. In the last episode we've managed to tidy up our empire a bit and managed to get rid of our border gore that happened, and today I think that we will focus on doing this part of the tree and reclaiming the colony, which is Nova Griffonia, and which is actually at war with Equestria, so any troops that they have are probably somewhere here, down here in Yakyakistan and Crystal Empire, rather than, I don't know, anything in the middle of their land. I still have a war goal against Hellquill, but well, yeah. Oh. That's a problem. That is a problem. Because to go down this tree, this part of the tree, I have to have Hellquill under my control. And actually Hellquill is getting wrecked by the river ponies, and they have no idea how to manage that, because that's actually a lot of land to cover. Let's see the wars. Oh, they're actually now okay, so they have from 178 to 305 divisions, and Hellquill is trying very hard to fuck, my tongue actually is broken, sorry. Hellquill is trying not to get killed. Yeah. So before we do that, we have to capture them, and probably by extension destroy the whole River Federation, which is not a thing that I would like to do. Or maybe, yeah, that's a good idea. I will take care of Lake City, and I will get to Hellquill by land from this part. The same thing, the same exact thing when I tried to capture Asterion and Sicamian. How much troops do you have? How many? Sorry. 25 to 57. So I will just send my motorized infantry here. Is that enough? Not. But okay. So you will have to stretch here, and I will have to adjust this order. Okay, cool. Just go there, and you go there, and just justify a war goal against them. So I'll see you in 90 days or sooner if something interesting happens. Okay, so we have a war goal against Lake City, and I will use it right now. And how are you doing with your planes? Okay, so they have a lot of air force, and I don't have almost any air force, so that's bad. Oh yeah, well, just go here. Or maybe I won't be in need of any. I think it's doing alright. Okay, so even though I haven't finished my war against Lake City, I have an option to demand the knights keep to their old oaths, which probably means that I will, I will vassalize them. I wonder what happens if I do this when they are actually at war against the whole River Federation. The fall of Lake City. By the time Griffonian forces reached the outskirts of Yeziregrad, otherwise known as Lake City, the Lakish garrison had already set up a strong defense, with many barricades and sniper nests as well as gunboats on the lake. The invaders made several probing attacks and decided they had to call in reinforcements. What followed was a series of assaults on land, air and water, each repelled by the tenacious and brave defenders. One last desperate attack was made, which achieved a breakthrough that was quickly exploited to divide and destroy Lakish units. Now the Griffonian Empire has gained the control of most of the city, but the garrison refuses to surrender and resistance continues in the suburbs. These ponies are stubborn ones. Just go to the Blessed Grad and this is the end. Can I take a Hellquill? That would be fun, actually. But no, I think that I will give back Hellquill their land. And after that... Wait. Hellquill is defeated now. And there is no other co-belligerents here. So basically, what I can do is that I can take all states and no one will take it, aside of me. That's good. That's very good. I haven't even thought about it before. Okay, now that's what I wanted to see. So right now, I will be able to reintegrate the frontier. That was a spark of genius on my part, I think. Oh! A new kingdom in the north. The Holy Order, once named the Arcturian Order, fancies themselves as a kingdom with the vanquishing of the Dread League, now known as the Arcturian Kingdom. Ostwald Wind is now leading the upstart kingdom as a king. Has this nation let their victory get to their heads? We must watch on as this newly made kingdom finds their place in the world. Will they be benevolent, tyrannical, or another indifferent state which does not take part in international affairs? Only time will tell. Anything could happen with these newcomers. Yet another upstart kingdom in this time of war. So, do they have a new focus tree? No, they don't. We'll see what will happen next. Because I doubt that I won't be able to pacify them one way or the other. Okay, so we've managed to go through this part of the focus tree, and now the last one bit that requires our attention is our last colony. Well, it'll be 110 days, but after this passes, we'll probably have another war on our hands, which is good, I think. Okay, so I have already set up our marines, but I have no idea why I can't assign the rest. Is that because the naval base is too small? I think that I'll have to rectify that. How big is your base? Also, it's only a 1. Okay, so let's change that, because I can't afford being destroyed again, like when I was conquering Hawkland. What? The Northern Storm declared war on the Arcturian Kingdom. Who are you? Queen Spectre. Little is known of the Queen of the Windigos. She is said to be violent and efficient. She feeds off her captives for as long as she can, torturing them and breaking their spirits before she finally ends their lives and uses them as a cannon fodder for her army of zombies, which supplements her Windigo soldiers. She is said to have no mercy or even any regard for griffins or ponies, or any race of the living beside her own. Negotiations with her will be impossible. She is hate incarnate. That's interesting. Okay, so because of some thing, I actually cannot go with more than 8 divisions being sent as a naval invasion force, so I will have to change my my orders. Okay, now it should be good. And the focus is completed, so they should have an event regarding our focus, but I have no idea what's happening and why I have no response from them. Oh, so now I will have a Wargle focus. The fiendish fools over in Nova Griffonia have had the audacity to refuse our rightful reclamation of colonial soil. Very well. If they do not bend the knee voluntarily, we shall make them bleed until they do. Have at them. Okay, I had to wait until my forces, mobilized here. I think I'll be able to counter their ground forces, I think. And let's declare war. Cool. Our forces have actually managed to get a hold onto their capital. That was a bit underwhelming. The fall of Vetter. Let's say it's Vetter. The capital of the Griffonian colony on Equus, founded over 200 years ago by Emperor Grover I himself, surrendered to the attackers earlier today. The city had been mostly empty of civilians who had been ferried away on ships, leaving the Nova Griffonian defenders alone in a quiet ghost town. The silence was broken by a preliminary artillery barrage which pummeled the defenders and was followed by a fierce infantry attack. The desperate Griffons retreated to ancient ruins of a pony settlement on the outskirts of the city. The position was so defensible that Griffonian forces had no option but to level it to the ground with copious shelling, destroying the historically valuable site completely. We can restore the ruins, surely. Okay, so let's transport our forces here. And we will start our attack soon. I think that my troops are better at everything than the AIs, because I am fighting them with only with my marines, and that's like 18 with forces. That's very little, I think. Let's just go to Nova Aquila, because without it, probably I won't be able to get rid of them before Equestrians and the New Maryland does. Well, my worries were unnecessary, I think. How far till the capitulation? Only 37. I have a bit of a supply issue, but I think that when we will be able to end this war faster than we'll build our naval bases in Vetter. They are 99 towards capitulation, and I still don't have any capitulation event. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Let's pretend that my focus was a war goal again. A puppet focus. So, when I puppet them, I will be able to get the most of their lands, I think. But also, I'll have to, protect them from Equestria and the rest. Still, I have the biggest score. So, I'll see you when this whole thing is managed, okay? Okay, so let's inspect the case a bit. So, even though I wanted to give all of the Nova Griffonia to my puppet, they still got like this godforsaken land here where are only mountains and penguins, it seems. And also Equestria managed to get a hold on those islands, and they also have a puppet here, Republican Frontier. So that's not good. What also I can do? No, nothing. So I think that there will be also a war against Equestria. So right now we have 3 wars to wage, I think, against the eastern coast of Griffonia and against Equestria, and by extension with New Maryland, and a war against the changelings, because they don't like me anymore. But this will happen in later episodes, I think. So I hope that you've liked it. Remember to leave a like and a comment, and to subscribe to my channel if you liked my content. And I will see you guys in the next episode.